Ohuhu, more like I'll just come out and say it. Shooketh, shocketh. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Briz, I'm a professional full-time artist, and today we are going to review Ohuhu Alcohol Markers. If you caught my last video, you know that Ohuhu reached out to me and they wanted to send me a handful of items and give my honest opinion, my honest review. We reviewed the acrylic markers and now we got to move on to the alcohol markers. They had previously sent this mixed media pad, so for the alcohol markers I decided to use this also to do a design, and if you tuned into my TikTok live you got to see this get created in person. If you follow my work, you know I almost exclusively use a certain name brand. I tend to be a creature of habit and never stray away from things that I like. I had very little expectations, not to sound bleak, and I was pleasantly surprised with how these markers work. But let's just get into the details here. This is the Honolulu set of alcohol markers. There are 48 colors in total in this whole set. This case is very nice, very convenient. I love the packaging. I like the width of these, and I like the fact that they've got these little raised grooves on the marker lids that makes it a little easier to pull them off. It's a good little feature. It also came with blank swatches that I obviously filled in. But let's get down to the pros and the cons. When it comes to ink flow, I only had one minor little issue out of a couple of these. The tip wanted to oversaturate. That's where you could see that the ink wanted to pull up into the tip. It never actually oversaturated to a point where it wanted to drip out, so that was a positive. Maybe it's something within the marker. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how these things get made. But overall, the tips were fantastic. When it came to the actual tip performance, I was shocked. Like I said, I had very little expectations. I could not get over how much I liked these markers. The only real difference between these markers and, like, say, Copic or Copic, however you say it, was the tips. The Ohuhu tips have a little bit more of a firmer bend, as opposed to the Copics where it's more bendable like an actual brush. But these are still fantastic to blend with. Whenever I blend, I always use the feathering technique. The feathering technique works best when you have brush markers where you lay down a lot of ink on one end and you flick the marker to create that feathered look. So you hold down hard and then you flick. This technique is best when you want to blend colors together. These tips still have bend, they're just not as bendy per se. With color vibrancy, overall I think these colors are really great. I do wish that in this set they gave a brighter yellow than what was given. As far as color accuracy goes, it's pretty close. It may not be totally perfect. You get used to what you get used to. Not a big deal. Now with these alcohol markers mixed with this mixed media paper, I did get a little nervous. The Ohuhu mixed media paper is a little thinner than what I'm typically used to. The paper is 200 grams, whereas the paper thickness that I'm used to is 300 grams. And as you can see, the markers were coming through very visibly onto the back side of the page, and again, this makes me nervous. It didn't fully bleed through to where it actually damaged the paper. If you're the type of artist that keeps it nice and simple and you don't do too much heavy work onto the page, you can get away with it. It worked great with the acrylic markers, but the alcohol markers, I'm a little bit on the fence with. But again, if you keep things simple, you shouldn't have a problem. I also use their fine line drawing pens to do the outlines on this piece. I did not have any issues with the pens smearing in with the markers. So the Ohuhu pens, also a great combo. So to recap, the Ohuhu alcohol markers, a must buy. You must get these. If you want to work with alcohol markers, you need these. They are affordable and they're comparable to Copic. Yeah, I said it. As someone who's always been a creature of habit, like, I don't know, man. I think Ohuhu has converted me. Ohuhu, more like The thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you would like to watch this piece get created, I will link it here. And if you would like to watch my previous review on their acrylic markers, I'll also link it here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my future content. And don't forget to like this video. Be sure to tune in for the next video because I will be reviewing more Ohuhu products that they sent me. And when you're shopping at ohuhu.com, don't forget to use code BrizBazaar to receive 10% off your purchase. Well, that's it. Shockity shook shook. Shooky shock shock. Converted.